Just clearing out my eyes, guys. It is almost time. So I wanted to get on early. Our guest is not here yet. So we will get started once she gets in here. My only concern is she is on Central and we're Eastern, and I'm Eastern. Let me not make judgment for everybody. But the last time I had somebody who was on Central, we got mixed up with the time. So I'm hoping that that's not the case because it's a really good topic. And I mean, it came from her. So I wanted to bring her on as being a part of the conversation, of course, because I'm sure you guys will have questions like what happened. Oh my gosh. But I will share as much of it as I can if she doesn't come on. But we're keeping our fingers crossed that she comes on. It is just 7:30, so I send her a text, I send her a inbox. I mean, so I'm just hoping that she comes on. So anyway, I came branded for you guys tonight. Hi. So brand. Definitely a marketing tip because I have been missing my marketing tips. Let me open up. I'm working on two computers today. Let's see. I'm in this thing, but I don't know who in this thing is. Hey, Gaines. Let me see if I can see on my other computer. Probably not. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can. Definitely a marketing tip because I have been Rob. My marketing tips. Let me open up. Yeah, you guys gotta register. Or whatever they make you do, so that you can. Let me see if I can. So that your name pops up. Whatever they ask you to do, please do that so that your name pops up. Okay, she's joining now. Okay. Cool. So like I said, I was working on two computers, just trying to figure out. No, what's really going on is I have to get a new computer. So my Surface Pro 7, I work a lot. I must have killed it. So it's freezing up on me. And I'm having meetings. I was doing StreamYard earlier and it froze on me and I had to, so it was a mess. So I'm actually working off of my Dezentech, which is my 360 laptop. It's the newest and it has the less stuff on it. So I decided to run it here so that we would not get interrupted, hopefully. So I'm just waiting on Rabia. She's joining now. Hopefully she has the link. I'm going to put it in. Oh, I guess I can't. I'm going to put it in the comments in case you don't see it. Rabia. So excuse me, guys. Try that little background music for you guys. I don't know if you can hear it. I might have to turn it up. All right, let me see. I'm going to put it in the comments. And if you feel so inclined to join, come forward and join us on the definitely a marketing tip because I have been missing my marketing tips. Let me open up. Come forward and join us. If you want to join us on the webinar, you can. Okay, so I just put the link for Rabia just in case she can't find it. She can just click that link and she'll be in. And anybody else that wants to come live with us can do so as well. The topic, there we go. The topic is marketing. Hey, get your audio. It might be me. Hold on. Might not even be you. Might be me.
No, it was me. It's okay. Is this better? Okay, good.
But I was like, nobody said anything, so I don't know. But yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Of course. If you put an ask out, who am I to not oblige?
I was like, oh no, maybe she didn't see the Eastern Standard Time.
No, I saw it, but I was, all the technology things that normally happen were happening. So, but we're here now.
Yay! Well, I think you should introduce yourself and then I'll show them why I brought you on.
For sure. Yes. I can't see anyone, but hello everyone. I'm Rabia. I'm basically a wearer of many hats, but for the purposes of this StreamYard link today, is basically I'm here. I own a photo booth company, Lux Booth Houston. For the past 3.5 years, we've kind of focused mainly on social events. So, your birthdays, your weddings, a few smaller corporate events. But within the past year, the company is growing. So, when you grow, and this means in terms of like the team that we have, in terms of what we're able to provide, but we're also growing in the sense that we're like shifting to like trying to handle like more corporate events. So it's a exciting time that we're in right now. But yeah, I think that's like a quick
amazing job. Doing an
Thank you
amazing
so
job.
much. Thank
So
you.
we connected during COVID, right? Yeah.
During COVID, in the early
Early,
days.
early. Now where though? Because were we on the network? Were we in Clubhouse? Like, take
We
it
were
back.
in Clubhouse.
I was about to
We
say,
were,
I think it was
yes, it was
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse, and I was desperately like looking for a photo booth village. I'm like, Clubhouse has all these different places for like whatever it is you're into,
Wow.
different industries. Like there has to be something for photo boothers, and I like stumbled upon you all's Clubhouse, which was
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. And then we did the class together.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
We did the class with Shay and Pick Social, which I know he is ramping the product of that process up.
Right. The podcast, they're amazing. It's
The
so good.
podcast is amazing. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned. No. When we were in the accelerator class and we were talking about oh gosh, don't get me started. But part of the product was that what are we doing with our contacts that we're getting through Pick Social? And it shows us how many events we have, how many people used it, how did they share. Hold on, we got some guests. Hold on. How do we share? Hey Rob.
What's up? Oh, I didn't know I was gonna be on camera.
It's an entrance.
I said, if you feel bold enough. No, I'm just joking.
I'm out of
an entrance.
I'm on my deck trying to relax and learn some stuff. My bad.
Learn some stuff.
Oh, so I need to turn my camera off so y'all don't see all these bad habits.
You silly. So
you're grown.
What was I saying? Oh, so what are we doing with our contacts? Are we utilizing them? Are we getting the value out of them? What are we doing? So now there's a new product in Pick Social. And if you see on your timeline or, your dashboard, there's a new category that says list value. So each time we do an event, it tells you the value that event has based on the contacts that it collected. So you definitely want to turn on email because I'm not quite sure, but I think the only way they can utilize this new system is through emails, not through text. But I'm not sure. Yeah. I know they're working on that part. But anyway, so I turned it on, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see how this product takes off. And I'll definitely give all the feedback I can over here. But the main event, let me share my screen. I was on Instagram. And I said this thing is about social media, but I think Rabia is the social media queen on Instagram.
Ooh, child. That is an opinion. I love that you think that, but the struggle with social media is real, okay? I'm happy that it kind of comes out on the other side as like, Rabia is the social media queen, but in reality, social media, obviously at this point, we all know that it's a necessary evil. As much as you want to say, oh, it's a headache, or I don't know what to post, or I'm not getting engagement, you just have to keep doing it because a lot of your audience, a lot of the people who are going to work with you, that's where they are, One of the days where you have the leisure and it's just like, oh yeah, I don't have that. If you don't have that, in some cases, it's almost like you're not going to get any information. You're not going to see anything. You're not going to be a part of anything that's even remotely happening in this world because it's all happening on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of the above. So we are always just trying to learn. We're always just trying to make sure that we're keeping our eyes and ears to the streets to see what the people are doing. And also just kind of like what's tried and true based on, you know, what we might have done in the past. We literally, I'm not above being taught. Like, even when you guys do stuff, I would come, I would join, I would listen, because you never know what you don't know that you don't know.
Look, you hear me?
You don't know. I like
Somebody
paying
will say
for-
something and that light bulb will go off. I'm like,
exactly.
I believe in the notion every day you learn something new, and it comes from everywhere. Comes from everywhere. Comes from my little dog. It comes from everywhere. So, like you said, being in the room for a reason, showing up for a reason, is going to be key, and that's what I love about this group. We got the faithful people, we got people that come through, but we have a lot of after the event, post event watchers. So this thing has legs, it's recorded, it's going to be downloaded onto our YouTube. So people will definitely see it. So they're going to get the value out of it. But
yeah, and kudos to you for being able to like provide that, you know, being able to just kind of give people an outlet to be able to like get additional like information and knowledge. We're all in this thing together.
Exactly. So I was trolling and following you as usual. Love all of your posts. They're very bright, vibrant, fresh. This design is amazing. So you really get drawn into what you're doing. Love your videos, love everything that you're putting out there, because you're pulling in the type of clientele you want. You're not all over the place.
Right.
You're pulling in the clientele that you want and that you're used to and that you know how to service. So let's talk about this ad, because I've seen people use this tactic before. If it has a name, please tell us. But I've seen people use this tactic before, and like walk us through the process and what's the feedback and what's the outcome.
Yeah, so for our main goal, we don't do like a lot of sales or giveaways or you know, today only a discount. We don't do that, and if we do it, we don't publicize it. You know, it may just be like if we're talking to somebody directly and they tell us a budget, and we'll work it out in that scenario. But in terms of like on a consumer facing front, we don't do that. So our main goal with this giveaway, and it's completely free, like there's nothing in it for me. The main goal with it was not to make money. The main goal with it was more so brand visibility and awareness, you know. So the rules literally say that you have to share the story. The rules say you have to follow us. It says tag 3 people. That basically what that's doing is it's allowing more people who may not have been able to like see what we're doing a chance to get introduced to us, because that person can eventually get turned into a potential customer. Maybe you don't need us today, you don't need us tomorrow, you may need us in the future, or have a friend or family or coworker who does need us. So what you're seeing here is like maybe the third iteration of the creative. We started this giveaway about a week ago, and it goes up until the 28th, I believe. Did you say it on there? Yeah, it goes on to the 28th. So what we do is we refresh the creative, like, well, you know, through the stories as well as the actual page. The very first version of this that we did, we noticed that it did exactly what it was supposed to. People were tagging people, they were posting it on their stories, and they were following us. I mean, obviously, like I said earlier, with social media, you just kind of have to keep going, because you don't see the results that you think you should get, but any result is a good result. So far from this, we've gained a total of like 45 new followers, and that's not really that much, but that's 45 people that we weren't talking to before. Exactly. That's 45 people. If you multiply that by like 2, if they each know 2 people that is throwing a party, or there might be throwing a party, that we now could potentially get in front of. So our main thing here is, you know, we did it with the booth that we know is super easy. It's not going to cost us nothing to do this giveaway. It's going to be a drop-off service. There are conditions that apply on our end for the winner. Obviously, we're not going to do a drop-off service if your party is like 300 people and it's like rowdy teenagers, you know. But it's mainly just kind of a way to celebrate the graduates. You know, I have younger people that work on my team with me. Someone was graduating, and that's what kind of sparked the idea. Like, you know, I want to give back to like your generation, and then use that to also build our brand visibility. So that's essentially what it is. Like I said, we swap out the creative just to kind of refresh it. We'll put something different on the stories. We'll put something different on the actual like feed, and then we'll delete it and it puts something else. So we're just kind of trying different tactics. We actually boosted this particular one just to kind of
Okay.
like see, yeah,
How
we.
much money did you spend on that?
So right now we didn't boost it from the beginning. We just kind of had the idea like, oh, let's boost it. And I think we just did it 3 days ago, and this campaign ends like in 2 more days. So we
Okay.
only put like $50 on it.
Okay.
But the last time we boosted a post for like only $20, it went from like a post that had maybe only 21 likes for months to all of a sudden we boosted it. And in about like 4 days, it went from 21 likes to 550
Wow.
likes. People saw it, the engagement was there. So we recently just boosted this one. I can let you know what the results are by 5.
Yeah. We'll
Hold
find out.
on, for $20?
For exactly for $20, 20. And we went from 21 to 537. I don't
Wow.
even have the stats in front of me to give you like all the analytics that they share
I'm
with
about to
us.
boost everything.
Boost everything. And obviously it matters what you boost. So with the boost, Facebook isn't amazing in the sense that they suggest to you like, here's what we think could possibly do well. So they suggested the one they thought we should boost. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people saw it. Maybe the traffic on it. People see stuff. They don't always hit like because in their mind they're thinking, oh, I like that, and then keep scrolling. But Facebook has analytics to know like how long they kind of stayed on that post. So then from there, they were able to tell us this is the post we think you should boost. We boosted it. It did well. So just knowing all of that and adding all of that together, it's like a pages in the story that come together.
It is. Now, how long do they have to redeem their prize?
So they have until the 28th. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do like, we're going to go on live. There's an app that allows you to drop all the names of the people. Not everybody who actually like does it is going to be entered because people don't follow instructions. Like there are 3 parts to this and you have to do all 3 parts. You can't just follow us and we didn't see that you posted it on the story or we didn't see that you tagged 3 people. So, and you can't tag one person and like, no, like we're going to find the person who is dedicated. That means we want the people who actually want this service to win, you know? Right. And if you're following all the steps, it shows us that maybe you have an event that's coming up, or maybe you want to just be able to have this to gift it to someone else. So we're going to just pull the names together of all the people who followed all the steps. And then we're going to announce randomly the winner on the 28th.
And are you manually monitoring this, or is there some kind of software?
We're manually doing it. Yes. Okay. So I have someone on social media and literally she's just like scouring anytime any of the entries come through. She's just basically tallying up all the different steps and seeing if it's done. And then we have like a spreadsheet somewhere that we're like putting everything on.
This is great. And I love the fact that it's graduation because we are being inundated with graduation parties, last minute celebrations for the end of the school year. Just anything like end of the school year, end of the year, summer's getting ready to start. We're getting ready to be in the summer after a couple of weeks. So I think that it's a great time to put it out there. When else do you think that you might use some kind of ad like this?
In terms of a giveaway?
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause like I said, it wasn't like I even planned to do this one. It was just kind of like it was a synergy. It's like, oh, you know, such and such is graduating. Like, you know, let's do this. So I think maybe depending on how well this does, we might try to attach it to like another milestone marker. So maybe we'll do it for like prom in the future, prom it's past now, or like, you know, whatever else that a Christmas party or anything that's just kind of like an event that we know that people are going to be planning events for. And, you know, they always forget that they need a photo booth until the last minute. Like we're always the last ones to get booked for all of these social events. So literally here's us just kind of getting ourselves in front of you and reminding you that, yes, you need a photo booth. And here's an opportunity to get one for 2 hours at absolutely no cost to you.
Now, I think some of these ads, the way it's designed, can be shared. Like you said, what if you want to use it during the holiday season, November, December not looking quite the way you want it to look, or
Right.
even January, right? So a lot of companies wait until after the new year to decide to do their celebration. And that's the kind of business we talked about this in several times about that annual business. That's the kind of business that we want to go after. They like us, they love us, they build a relationship, they keep bringing us back. And by getting in the door, that's the battle. I don't have too many corporate that we work together one time.
Yeah.
Anybody I get corporate, I'm getting in the house and we're going to spread out.
Exactly.
What other departments?
Exactly.
Right? Like we need to be here every week. We need to be here every month. We definitely need to be here at least every single year. So I can see you putting this ad in different like business orgs, things like that. A lot of organizations have a lot of events where they're giving away stuff. I would definitely put it where the money is going to be.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a great entry into an organization, I believe.
No, for sure. And thank you for just literally, you're right. Like we could have actually boosted this beyond, okay, we're doing the Facebook boost, but we could have got this in front of more people. You know, we could have went and dropped this into like groups that
Different
are probably dedicated towards like graduations right now, or, you know, so to your point, there are definitely more ways to be able to amplify these things so that they are getting the legs that you said to be able to just reach more people.
Yeah.
The goal isn't always like book with me now. The goal is just awareness. I need you to know that I exist so that when you're ready to book, you remember like, oh, that company exists.
Yeah. I was watching something on YouTube. There's a girl on YouTube I was watching and she was talking about how to get business or how to book your business. And she was giving all the right places and she was saying things that were very like, I don't know how many times I get emails. Hi, my name is so-and-so and I have this business and delete. I don't know who you are. Like, I'm not going to spend, especially at this time in the world, I'm not going to spend my money on somebody that I do not know. And so I think we should focus on building rapport, you know, using our networking. Just do that. Networking. See what's in your network. Reach out to our past clients, especially during COVID. They have switched jobs.
Exactly.
Most of them have switched jobs. What are we doing now?
Yeah.
So this is a great time to go into your CRMs, go into your emails, go into your Excel files, wherever you are in your business right now, and start to reach out to your contacts. Have some marketing ready. You know, look what we've been doing over you know, the last 18 months.
Exactly.
You know, Canva's a great tool. Canva's a great tool if you don't have resources, or like myself, you don't have a whole lot of design skills. I put my little colors in there and we go to town.
Canva do the rest. That's possible. And to your point, depending on who you're talking to, you know, you may not need all the full bells and whistles. Yeah. You can have different variations of what you're like using to pitch yourself. Like if I'm pitching like big corporate for like maybe festivals, I have a whole like capabilities deck that like tells you who we are, shows you past examples, that gives you information of what we're capable of, that tells you like companies that we work. Like it's the full thing, because it's like I understand how corporate works. They want to see and understand that you're speaking the same language they are. ROI. You know, impressions, like just those things. And then if I'm pitching to like maybe my apartments that owns like several other apartments, you know, it's a little bit more.
Apartments are great.
Apartments we do a lot of apartments. We do a lot of
especially now because they're building so many new condos. And I would say mostly condos because they have associations.
Yeah,
the apartments
have the apartment life group. Like when it's Taco Tuesday, they throw taco parties. When it's Halloween, they have like a Halloween. Like they book us for those things. They include photo booths in those things. So
and I know when I just moved, but in my apartment on Thursdays, and it was birthed during COVID. So a lot of stuff that you may be like, you don't know nothing about, it happened during COVID. So during COVID, they started doing, because we couldn't go nowhere. So they started doing food truck Thursdays. So every Thursday we had a food truck, right? And that's how we got food on Thursdays, because we couldn't go anywhere. And it was, you know, so if they're doing something like that on a weekly basis, find out what they're doing on a weekly basis.
Exactly.
You don't have to do every single week. You can pick one week, or every other week. And they'll be so happy that you come out. And the amount of
because
people
it's
that, yeah,
sorry, go ahead. I was going to say it's brand visibility for them. They love it because it's not like, oh, we have a photo booth for. If the photo booth is there, but it serves a bigger purpose than just being there for that moment and creating like a guest experience. It's also a chance for you to now live in perpetuity on social media. If your tenants or people who love your residents are having a great time at this party that apartment XYZ has thrown, and they posted like, oh, look how great my apartment is because I have this great photo booth photo. Now people know that your apartment exists, and they're like, oh, are you leasing? What do your apartments look like? Do you have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms? And then they're like helping them too. So it's win-win.
And the one thing about apartments is they're on social media.
They are.
Each one have their own social media pages on several different social media platforms. So you can utilize that, tag them. If most times they'll share you and make that part of the deal. Like, I'll come out if I give you a picture, will you share it on the social media? Yeah. Make that part of the package.
Exactly.
You got
everyone we ever work with, if we have their social handles, we always tag them. Like because literally there's nothing, it doesn't cost us anything to tag you. If anything, it helps us because if we tag it, you're just retagging. And in there, you're like broadcasting us to your followers who we weren't talking to before. So for me, everything always just goes back to like brand visibility because we need the awareness. Like people don't not book you because your services aren't great or like you don't have good quality or whatever. They don't book you because you're either not in front of them or they have another company that's in front of them more than you are. So it's like you just always have to make sure that, hey, I'm here. And then that way you at least have a chance to have a conversation. You can't have the conversation if you're not even in their faces. But once you get in their faces, then you can have the conversation and you can then turn them into a client.
Definitely. So
Rob wants to say something.
Go ahead, Rob.
I just got a question because I'm glad you said food trucks. I've been thinking about. They have these things here. There's a bunch of food trucks that go from parts of the city here. I live in Birmingham. It's like a food truck park, and they all travel to different parts of the city. Is that something that, like, I know you're talking about apartments. I'm just thinking visibility in these food truck parks. Is this something that I would charge for?
Food trucks. I think we went into it for a little while in the accelerator group about these food trucks. They oh my God, if you could partner with a food truck, the way they advertise, when we were talking about them because of the virtuals and how they're always all over the place, we could put a QR code that would take them into somebody scanning it and taking a virtual picture at their food truck. It'd be branded for their food truck. I know we went off the subject, but it would be branded for their food truck. And then every food truck will want it. Oh, you got it from, who'd you get that from? Right. So by that time, you don't work all the food truck parks.
So you say doing a food, that's what I'm thinking, doing a food truck park. That's what I'm thinking. And you're saying, I'm thinking putting a kiosk out there, a standalone kiosk, let them do what they do. But you're saying stick to a virtual kiosk, a virtual photo booth for one specific food truck.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Thank you.
We done. I don't know how many times over we done made our money.
Yeah, like for real.
And okay, if you do it good enough with that one,
at home, we on here talking.
Right. You just turn it on and you're chilling, going about your day.
You have it set up for the whole month.
I haven't done virtuals in forever though.
You know what? I like that. I think I'm gonna steal that. Well, I'm gonna use that. I'm sorry.
Please keep us
posted. I don't think it's stealing. She's putting it out. Do you know how
many food trucks there are in the world?
Bruh, there's so many here.
So many.
It's more food trucks than it is photo booths, which is kind of rare.
It would take a team to reach all the food trucks in the world. So that's why. Look, what is for me will be for me. The way I sell it is.
What would you charge for that, though?
Someone else sells it.
What would you charge for that?
People, we would have to talk about that because I'm not all the way. I'm kind of there. I'm not all the way there, but we would talk about it. We hash some things out. There had to be some packages and levels to this thing.
Yeah, I'm here to learn this because that's actually pretty dope. I never thought about doing a food truck park or a food truck.
That's
That's
why I
pretty
said we
dope.
started talking about it in the accelerator program, and that's why I remember it so vividly because we got onto the food truck situation.
Okay, I did have a question.
I
I
was
put it in the
watching
chat though.
something in Atlanta, and they had a food truck park. Like they had picnic tables in the middle, and I guess you pay a fee to be in the food truck.
Yeah, it's a lot of them here like that.
Okay. Are they?
Yeah, they pay like
rotate?
$40-$50 to be there, and they're there for like 6 hours.
Okay.
And I got a personal friend who owns one of the food truck parks, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I did a 3.
And that's the thing. You can still sell to the food truck park. They'll have their individual ones, but you can do one for the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we don't have
park options, is what she's saying.
We have areas. We have like weekly events. Like I said, we have a website that if you go to the website, you can see all the food trucks and where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them again have social media. Most of them not only have a food truck, but they have a brick and mortar as well. So you could do a couple of things. Not only are you in the food truck, but you're also inside their brick and mortar. Just saying.
Sharon, I'm about that money, so I'm about to be on it like tomorrow, if not tonight. Like for real. So appreciate that.
We're having upper level conversations tonight. I thought we were just talking about social media.
Now hold on, but I do have a question because I put this in the chat, but I guess y'all hadn't seen it yet. I like that promotion you were doing about the 2-hour drive off. Mm-hmm. That was dope. I think I did something similar like that, but I didn't do it with you. I didn't do what you did. I did some mediocre bull stuff. That's what I did. Honestly, I did. I like what you did. That was dope. Now here's my question: would you do that for a wedding?
So instead of it being graduation, being weddings, I would.
Would you do it for a wedding? Because that's what I was thinking. Because I'm just giving you hella promotion.
Well, let me tell you how you could do it. You could start with cocktail hour.
Exactly.
It's just gonna be up 2 hours. It ain't gonna be full blown out nothing.
Like, you can come. The wedding's from 4 to 8. You can come from 5 to 7. No, ma'am. This is a cocktail hour.
Right.
We're not. No.
Okay.
Well, we will add on the ceremony, and this is our fee. We will add on the ceremony.
So we give them that free cocktail, that little 2 hours, blah blah blah, and then come back and say, all right, now for any other hour is $500.
Exactly, because once you're in the building, at that point you're already in the building, and if they're enjoying it, you've been able to show that like this is something amazing. Your guests are loving it. At that point, you then can say, oh, I can stay an additional hour, but it's going to cost you X, Y, and Z. You're already there at that point. What's it to them? They already got 2 hours for free.
And it really don't cost us nothing to do them.
I've had that happen many a times. Many people have paid the extra hour.
Exactly. And you have to make it make sense for you. Like, this is like my easiest booth. Like, I'm not going to do it with something that like costs me a lot to like prep. And it's literally, to your point, it doesn't really cost me much, but I gain so much more in terms of like brand awareness, So you have to make it make sense for you.
I don't like you right now. I just want to put that out there.
And if it's a free booth, it's branded to hell.
Exactly.
Oh, hell yeah.
That video.
We're not customizing anything. It's all Lux Booth.
It's all of it. No. I don't care your colors are purple. Mine are gold.
Agreed.
That's all I got. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna continue to watch. This is very entertaining and I'm a little buzzed right now.
It's informative.
Informative and educational. So I needed that. That's why I came here, not to be on camera, but I'm here now. So
no, you're the entertainment. Okay, your background, the scenery looks amazing.
Hey, I live in the woods. I'm okay with that.
It looks peaceful.
Come on, it just got finished raining, so I'm sitting out here on my deck, just kind of relaxing.
Oh, so it's cool and breezy. I love it.
Oh yeah,
love it. No, but this is amazing. I definitely think so. How do you when you randomly saw it and that's how you thought of the topic, but how do you normally think of like the topics that you decide to talk about like each episode?
I mean, there's people lined up, but
okay.
We did a retreat last weekend in Richmond. It was a mini retreat.
I saw that.
The last retreat we did, it was 3 days. Like we came in on a Friday.
Mhm.
We really went in. Well, Friday, what
That was
happened
the
was
360, right?
it was for 360 was the topic. It was how to stand out in a saturated market.
Mhm.
So to do that, you really need to understand the booth. So we actually Friday took the time and did a full tour of OrcaView. And
Yeah.
they showed us from the time it comes in from a piece of wood to the time it goes out to your house, what
Wow.
happens. And they walked us through the step, told us the history of 360 and how they came up with it, how they came up with their name. It was really, really cool.
Nice.
Had snacks and stuff. And then we went out to eat and party and whatever, right? It was game night. And then Saturday, it was all day, like intense one-on-ones, training. We had media share. We did Pick Social. We did D's and Tech. We did Touch Picks. OrcaView was there. OrcaView was there going through the machine, talking about lighting. Like it was amazing. So people didn't want to go. They didn't even want to eat. I had to bring in pizza just so they would eat something. I was afraid somebody was going to pass out.
Oh, that's like lunch.
No,
that means they were getting all the information they wanted.
Lunch. What's lunch?
Yeah.
And then the next day we ended with a brunch. If you wanted to stay, if you weren't leaving early, we went to brunch at a really nice restaurant. We were down at the National Harbor in the Washington, D.C. area. So they really enjoyed it. We had about 25 people from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, North Carolina, Virginia, a lot of Virginia, a lot of Washington, D.C., a lot of Maryland.
I'm coming to the next one, by the way.
Come to the next one. So I got to pick a city. We were supposed to do June. We were
do the
supposed to do
South.
Atlanta. I know.
Do
it got
South.
conflicted. You know, when you start to put the kitchens in the kitchen, I mean the cooks in the kitchen. Oh, yeah. But no, it was a consensus that timing was a little off. The same week that we wanted to do it was the same week as BoothCon and the Marquee Show. Not that they're the same, but as far as trying to obtain sponsorship, it was going to be hard to get. You know, we're all pulling from the same resources.
There could be some overlap.
Yeah, and we were trying to make it big. Like the hotel was amazing. Like we had almost a whole area to ourselves. Nice. They were renovating, so we had like a few other areas that we weren't technically paying for that we could utilize. And so it was going to be another 3-day. For this one, we decided to come in on Sunday and go to Tuesday.
Okay.
Although we don't really know any statistics because we didn't move forward with it. The next one will probably be the same days.
Got it. Okay.
And it'll either be Atlanta, not Detroit, but like Michigan area, close to Detroit, or DC. Somebody also said Virginia Beach. I started looking at the hotels, and it does not go down to a good like October, maybe November. And I'm thinking like, wow.
Well, look, if you choose Houston, it's 1 million photo booths here, so you'll be able.
I was gonna say Houston. I said, I didn't put Houston. I'm thinking Houston as well, but again, we're gonna have to pick the time of year.
Yeah,
these hot, and cold places.
Other Birmingham.
Places hit or miss. Like DC, hit or miss. It could be cold, it could be hot. You just don't know.
Birmingham.
So, he keeps saying Birmingham. I really want tier 1 cities.
Oh,
just because I've been talking to what a tier 1 city is. Cities that has it's really easy to get into. Most of them have some kind of an international airport.
Right.
We have an international airport here. Okay.
Well, you should say Huntsville because the Love and Marriage people put that on the map. So
Huntsville's 150. I mean, an hour 15 for me from where I'm sitting at my house. Hour 15. I fly up.
I think you can get to a major city really easy.
Yeah, well, stay tuned. You let us know where we're going. If it's the South, that'll be real easy for the rest of us who couldn't make the.
I haven't seen anything in the South. What about? Well, we did New Orleans with Photo Booth, Professionals International. So PBPI, the first conference with them was in New Orleans, and I tell you, it was kind of fun. The event was out at an airport hotel now. So if you wanted to go into the city, that was a nice little Uber ride in.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that's because it is.
30 minutes, 35.
Birmingham.
He's like, I'm sticking to it.
He's sticking to it.
I said my place.
He's paying for the shuttles from the airport.
Look, I got
Now,
somebody who could do
there's
that.
one city that's not a tier 1, but it's a very nice city to visit. Savannah.
Oh yes, so that's on my
That's like a tier 2. I mean, a tier 4 or 5.
I didn't say it was a tier 1. I just said it's a really nice city to visit.
Yeah.
A lot of people
That's
go to
on my
Savannah.
to-go list for a solo trip.
We beefing. We beefing now. I'm done. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm
So
off
you said
camera.
Birmingham before Savannah?
Yeah. Look, y'all hadn't been here. This city is banging.
What do people come to Birmingham to see? And I'll put it to the audience. Let me look.
Go ahead.
Raise your hand or put what Bama? What do you put?
You know, doggone well ain't nobody gonna say anything. You just need to do it.
Put Ham if you want to go to Birmingham.
Don't put us on the spot.
Alabama. Put Bama.
Now she just stereotyping y'all.
Right. Right.
Is that a bad word?
Yeah. Don't use Bama.
Scratch that.
Yeah.
Put Birmingham out. Somebody put said my vote is for Houston.
Come to the H. Like I said, it would be so much easier for you to be able to just like market
Big
because
city.
there's so many people.
Hold on, I liked you for a minute, ma'am. I liked you for a minute. Hold on. I liked you for a minute. I'm starting to dislike you. I'm gonna still go ahead and steal your stuff and not use you. I mean, reference you. See?
Who what?
I was gonna use her stuff. Now I'm gonna give her credit for me using it, but now I'm not. Birmingham it is.
Birmingham it is. So we'll see.
Stronghold you into it.
It's just really hard when you're planning from afar.
Mm-hmm.
I am a see, touch, feel type person, so DC was easy for me because I'm there so often.
Right. It's right next door.
I knew the area. So when people ask me questions, because I'm telling you, people will ask you. So if I'm on 50th, do I park closer to the red house? I don't know where the red house is. You know what I mean? Like people ask you questions like that. So I don't want to be somewhere where I really cannot help you if you get lost.
I mean, to your point, wherever it is, though, like whoever, if you use a venue, if you use a hotel, you make them tell you all of those answers.
That too. But what I also want is to make sure that I have a strong on the feet person that's willing to step in. So I can call on you for Houston. Just questions like, where should we go eat? Where should we do this? I don't know the happening spots. We end up somewhere we ain't supposed to be.
Oh, and, Lord, we don't want that.
Lord said
we do not want that.
So I want somebody that lives in the city to at least give us those types of tips. If not, they can full on help us. If I need somebody to go do a quick site visit or meet up with somebody real quick, I'm not there. That would be something that I would call on somebody that's actually in the city that we're coming to. If I couldn't, do it myself. For Atlanta, I went to Atlanta, I did my site visit, so it was cool. But again, I had boots on the street. Alan Stewart was there.
Right.
So, I just had somebody to call on.
So all you're doing now is really making a case for Houston because I'm here. You can just call me and I can help you.
Yeah, I would love to do Houston. I just have to pick the right month because I can't be, I went there. I had somebody had to call an ambulance. It was that bad. I had never the heat of it all.
It's when it's bad, it's horrible. So
and I hadn't gotten my allergy medicine to a point where it was, so I literally could not breathe. I was like, why can't I breathe?
Exaggerating a little bit, but no, you're right. Like if you're not used to this type of weather, it
was overwhelming. Literally, because I use an inhaler. I didn't have my inhaler with me. I thought I had put my emergency one with me, and I didn't. I said, I don't know why I didn't do that, but I just the heat, and then I wasn't, taking my meds right, so the allergy, and that was too much. I said, get me on this plane. It took forever to get out of Houston. For some reason, never take American to Houston, that's for sure. They did something crazy, and I ended up going to Dallas first, then back to Houston. It took forever to get home.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
It was way too much.
I would be over it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this Houston thing. But yeah, Houston is definitely on the list. I would say New Orleans, but I think it's really pricey, and we don't want to lose people to the streets.
No, facts. People will find themselves on Bourbon Street and forget they came there for anything but Bourbon Street.
What retreat? I'm at the retreat.
Right. And then you mess around and make a mistake and do it. And there's always something in New Orleans. So it's like, it's going to be really hard to be like, oh, don't do it during Jazz Fest or Mardi Gras or Essence Fest.
Yeah.
Like there's always something happening.
Yeah, so I was like, nah, we'll save that for another time. The other place, I mean, I really didn't want to touch the West Coast yet too soon. I know some other people are planning some stuff on the West Coast that they've asked me to be a part of, so I don't want to really touch the West Coast. But I was partial. I haven't heard anybody say anything about Arizona. I'm up for a Phoenix, So on the West Coast, I would definitely do Vegas during Photo Booth Expo time.
Sure.
Something like right after, like after you got all the knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to rush home. Then this is for people that don't have to rush home, or already, if we put it out there, I'm going to stay an extra day and a half and soak it in with some people that are like-minded. And we went to the same conference, and you talked to this one and I talked to that one, and we putting it all together. So when we go home, we got a plan. You understand?
Exactly.
We start early. Like, okay, so you staying for the retreat. So after, let's all bring our stuff together.
Yeah.
Right? We there together.
It's similar to like kind of what like they do earlier when they have like people show up before PBX and like have the little. So this is just kind of like, a closer. I'd be down. Just give me all the information.
And so what I'm saying is, if we know ahead of time, we're going to stay after. Like I always hate, I am a solopreneur. Yeah. It's just me. So a lot of people, they got cousins and husbands and y'all split up and you go to that class, and I don't do that. Yeah. So I need the information that you got, because I couldn't split myself into.
Exactly. Or you got to maybe network and talk to somebody else who dropped some gems that I didn't get a chance to.
From where? She didn't tell me she was from there. You never know, because people connect differently. Like I may talk to the same person you talk to. We ain't having the same conversation.
Something else out of them. Yep, you're right.
You're not having the same conversation. So we need a place of, like I said, like-minded people after the Photo Booth Expo to come together for another day.
Just download. Yeah.
And we don't go nowhere. Keep your room at the South Point. We get a little suite.
Yeah.
We go on a suite and we just have a retreat after the expo.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. If you plan that, I would totally 100% be down.
Okay. All right, it's on the books. Photo Booth Expo 2023. Get ready. Yeah.
This year was my first year and it was amazing. Like it literally didn't feel like my first year because like, I don't know, I just got lucky in terms of like alignment and the people who I got to meet and talk to and things that I did. So it was a wealth of information. I got to like meet some of you guys that I've like just kind of built rapport with online in person, like to be able to then take that past and like to a smaller group of people and then like really share more information. That'd be super dope. Yeah.
And I went out there a couple of times this year, but each time I go, I always find an expo. I find something to go to. But I went out there for, what did I go out there for? Wedding MBA. Wedding MBA. There was another conference there. I went to that one too. So between the two, the networking was like, I was just overblown by the amount of people I met, the types of things I learned, the people I was introduced to, like really just grew my business. Now, had I only go out there in Photo Booth Expo, that wouldn't be the same experience.
Exactly.
So I got to see it differently coming back this year in 2022, right? Yeah, 2022. I got to see Expo a little differently because I was there for a different purpose, if that makes sense. And so I think for me, like, I've been there every year since they had it, but each year I'm not there for the same reason.
Yeah.
Never there for the same reason.
And I think you shouldn't be, right? Because it's like you need to be growing your experiences there. Like this year, you came as a whole speaker. You came to drop the knowledge, So
you should say, hey, this year I want to focus on this, or this year I'm really about buying some booths. This year I'm all about networking. This year I'm going to speak. This year I just want to chill. I just want to hang out. I just want to kick it. I'll go to a class here or there, but I ain't just here to just kick it. I ain't got no worries.
You have to have a game plan before you buy those tickets.
The company's running the company. I don't need to be there. It's just doing this thing. I'm just here chilling. Hey, what's up to this one and that one? So you have, each year is different.
Yeah.
For different reasons. And so I think people really need to decide what they need in their business and just really, really go after it. And each year it's just different. More and more people. The first year I went, I think it was 7. It was very small, like 7 750 people there, maybe something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. It was really, really small. We were all in one room.
How many was it this year?
I think
was
it was
a lot.
like 5,000, something like that.
Oh
Over
my
5,000.
God.
Yeah, over
Wow. And I
5,000.
saw Rob post in like one of the groups that they already sold out the
They already
vendors.
sold out the
like,
floor. I
next
tried to
year.
get one and I was too late. Move
Yeah.
in, you lose your seat.
I mean, the
So-
industry as a whole has grown too, though. Like literally, I feel like the amount of like photo boothers, whether they came in with just like the 360 craze or doing the add-ons of like actual iPad, but like the industry as a whole has grown so much in like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I feel like I blinked and it went from like there being like a handful of us that I like actually knew and could count to
Yeah.
like now there's so many people who are like offering these services. So
it's all over
definitely.
the place. I went to
Yeah.
YouTube and put in 360 booth. I was like this.
Oh yeah. Nope. It's all over the place.
Please do not go to YouTube to learn 360 photo booth. Don't go to YouTube to a lot of it. I don't know. Some stuff is
Some
good.
people need trial and error.
It's
Some
different.
people
I would
learn
say
differently.
I say it's all over the place. I
Yeah.
would say that. I think you can pick it. You can find somebody that you like and you listen to them. You're like, yeah, I can relate.
Mhm.
That's great. I just can't
Yeah.
relate right now. It's
Yeah.
only a few people. I go in there and I watch them, and they drop some real good nuggets, and I'm on. I'm moving
Yeah.
on. But it's a lot out there. I didn't realize it was that much out there.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I don't
That could be
know.
another topic for another day because I have some thoughts.
I'll write that down.
But we can save that for another conversation. Okay.
We will. I am not gonna keep you much longer. We usually do this for 30 minutes. Here go this hour show. Hey.
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping like people got some like, good information from this.
I think so. We had a good strong number viewing. Usually it doesn't be this high. So
Yeah.
they view now. It'll definitely go. Like I said, this thing be getting legs. People go back, they watch it over and over again, especially drop some good nuggets.
Yeah.
They'll go back and watch it over and over again. And
Love that.
hopefully, if you guys want to communicate with me, you can meet me on the Chit Chat Photo Booth podcast group and Facebook. You can also find me on chitchatphotobooth.com. Miss Rabia, where can they find
Lux
you?
Booth Houston. We are Lux Booth Houston across all the things: Facebook, Instagram, Lux LUXE Booth, and then Houston. So you can find us on there and love to connect with people.
Good. All right, lady. You have a good
Thank
night.
you
I
so much
really,
for
really,
having me.
really
I'm winding down. Like my work day was crazy, so I'm like literally about to get off of this and just go like lay down. I am over this day. Today was a day, but I'm so happy I was able to join this though. This was super. It was helpful for me too, just kind of like hearing some of the things that you shared. So
good.
let's do it again.
All right, lady. I'll talk to you
Take
soon.
care. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.